Good morning, all of you. Hope all of you can hear me. Anyone, guys, can you please confirm? Is I'm audible, guys?
Yeah, yes.
Right,
Yes, sir.
right, guys. So, guys, like in the last week, we have taken just a couple of classes, just a two classes. I think I have taken some just like an introduction. So one class I just given some introduction to like what is data visualization, why do you require a data visualization. So these are going to be some of the topics what we covered in the last class, guys. So just a small introduction. So I even just shown you also what is visualization. So visualization is a technique where we are going to convert all our raw data, whatever the raw data was there, all that particular raw data, what we did is, guys, we converted into some kind of a visual format, what we have been got converted. So to convert this particular raw data into visual format, we require some kind of a technique called as a data visualization technique. So that can be done in two ways. I just shown you, which is going to be by using, even I shown you both of them, guys. You just by using some kind of a coding, by using Python and R languages, we can use it. Or by using something called as a GUI based simple drag and drop by using something like an Power BI or something like this, what we can use it, guys. So here we are going to learn Power BI. So this particular training program, whatever the training session we are going to have it in the coming classes, is completely on the Power BI. So Power BI is a data visualization tool, which is a GUI based. So simple by using drag and drop, no need of having any coding or scripting need to write. And it was developed by Microsoft. So that is what I just discussed in the last session, guys. Like, and apart from that, like what is the history of data visualization softwares I shown you. So over the time period, so how the evaluation has taken place, starting from crystal reports and then the first generation and coming to second generation like Cognos, business objects, micro strategy. We have something called as an, what shall I say? About some SSRS from Microsoft. And coming to the third generation reporting tools like Power BI, Tableau, ClickSense, these are all going to come under the third generation reporting tools, what we are currently using them. And apart from that, I told you like different type of roles, different type of the roles which requires a data visualization. Like if you want to become a report developer, so you require some expertise on data visualization. And not only that, even some roles like data engineering, data science, data analyst. And not only that, guys, almost all nowadays, every role, whatever it may be, so whether it is a IT or a non-IT roles, does not matters. They require some basics of data visualization. Generally, guys, non-IT professionals, what generally will do is, guys, this non-IT professional generally, we all of you know that non-IT professional generally they do the visualization with the help of Excel. They will do. IT professionals are going to be just generally they are going to do it with the help of the Power BI. So Power BI and Excel, both of them are same, guys. Whatever we do it in Excel, same thing we do it in Power BI. Whatever we do it in Power BI, same thing we do it also in the Excel. But only difference is slightly there is going to be some kind of a difference will be there. So Excel is generally preferable by non-IT professionals, whereas in Power BI we are going to prefer to use, which is going to be by IT professionals. What we can do it. Just I'll show you the difference, guys. Just why this particular difference is going to comes here is I'll tell you the difference. For example, let me open the Excel sheet, guys. Just an example. Open the Excel software. Just an open the Excel software. Open a new, which is going to be workbook. Here we have something called as a data. See there in Power BI also we'll have the same option, guys. Get data. If you observe carefully, guys, when it comes to the get data from file, we have a few files are there. From databases, we have a very few databases, hardly 3-4 databases. From Azure also, guys, only just 1 or 2 are there. From other sources, we just have a 4 or 5 options are there, not more than that, isn't it? Coming to the files, just only 4 or 5, I think 6 are there. In databases, we just have SQL Server, Microsoft Access, analysis services, SQL Server analysis services, databases are there. Access database analysis service, and which is going to be from SQL Server analysis services database is going to be there. Hardly 4 or 5 are there. Now, don't worry. I'll show you like what is going to be the Power BI. I'll show you. Open the Power BI desktop here, guys. Let me open the Power BI desktop. Just let me open the Power BI desktop. There also we have the same option, guys. We have something called as an get data. There also I'm opening there. There I opened a blank report. Here it is going to be blank report. I have opened their blank sheet. Here also you can see same like get data option only we have it, guys. But if you go to the more option there you can find out, guys, what is databases. You see that in Excel software, what are we are having, guys? Hardly there are 4 or 5 are there. But here, if you can see, 30 to 40 different type of databases are there. See there, same SQL Server database is there, analysis services is there. But apart from that, see there, how many are there? Oracle database is there, IBM DB2 is there, MySQL database, IBM NetZa is there. See there, 30 to 40 different type of databases, what we have it. So generally the difference that makes the difference, guys. In Excel sheet, there is a limited sources. Whereas in Power BI, we can use as many. Technically in IT expertise as an IT field, you can use a lot of different type of whatever the data storages, what we can find it of. So just a slightly different, guys. Generally non-IT professionals generally use Excel for reporting, whereas the IT professionals can use, which is going to be generally they use as Power BI. So that's the reason nowadays almost all everyone is learning the data visualization skill. Whether you do it by using Power BI, whether you do it by using Excel, whether you do it by using some other, does not matter. But some kind of a data visualization expertise is going to be required, guys. So that is what basically we discussed in the last session, guys. Okay. So today, guys, I'm going to guide you, like I'm going to explain you like, okay, in a Power BI, mainly we are going to do the data visualization. But what are the different stages? Like what are the different, which is going to be the stages in the Power BI lifecycle or a project lifecycle? How it will be there? What are the different stages are there? Just an idea. I'm not going to start with any practical applications, but how the project lifecycle will be there. Let me explain about those particular application, guys. Okay, first. So what I'm trying to discuss here is, guys, it is going to be nothing but Power BI, which is going to be nothing but project lifecycle. So whenever we work in the real-time applications, whenever you want to design, whenever I want to create some reports in Power BI, how, what are the different stages? What are the different steps we have to follow, guys? So maybe technically you may not be able to understand clearly, but I'll show you some practical, just a little bit theoretically, I'll explain them. Try to understand them, guys. Practically, when you go to the implementation, I'll show you the applications later. Okay, the first stage is going to be nothing but, guys, whenever you want to design a report, obviously we have to require some data. Without the data, I cannot, which is going to be create a report. First of all, data is required, guys. So what we have to do first of all? First of all, we have to get the data, guys. What we have to do is get the data, or what we'll do is import the data, guys. We have to import the data, guys. So first what we have to do is import the data from where? From your data sources. What is your data source, guys? Data source is nothing but the source of your data. So see, guys, for example, I have some data with me. This data I want to convert into, using this data, I want to create some reports with the help of the Power BI. So what the Power BI has to do, first of all, guys, whatever the data using which we want to create the reports, first we have to import the data. That is what we call it as getting the data, guys. So this data has to come into the Power BI. It has to come into the Power BI. But after getting the data into the Power BI, immediately we don't start designing the reports, guys, because the data generally in real time, there is a lot of issues will be there. I don't say what are the issues. There are going to be some irrelevant data, missing values. Okay, some kind of an inconsistent data will be there. There is going to be some issues will be there, or maybe not issues, guys. Sometimes the data need to be gets modified according to our requirement. Just an example, I'll say that. For example, I have something called as an month. There is a data is there which is containing month, but the month is having something like what we can say like January. We have something called as an February, and we are having something called as a March. Like that, guys, we are having data up to December. This is the data what we are having there. But whenever I generate some report based on that, for example, I generated some report. So January will comes as a January. February will comes as a February. December will comes as a December. But my client is saying that in my report, I don't want to get like January, something like that. What I want to do is, in the place of the January, I want to get Jan. In the place of February, I want to get which is going to be Feb. This is what is my requirement. But whenever we generate the data like as it is, if based on this data generated, in the place of Jan, I'll get January. So what do you have to do? Some transformation we have to do, guys. What is the transformation? From every month name, we have to get only the first 3 characters. So we have to get the first 3 characters from that particular, whatever the month name is there. This is nothing but what we have to call it as, guys, transforming. So what you have to do, guys, we have to transform or what we have to do is, which is going to be cleaning the data, guys. So what we have to do, guys, after we import the data from the data source, guys, immediately we don't start designing the reports. Immediately we don't start designing the reports, guys. According to our basic requirements, according to the report requirements, we have to do some kind of a transformation, transform the data, and we have to clean up the data. It's what we call it as cleaning the data. We have to clean up the data, guys. So why you have to clean up the data? As I said that sometimes some kind of an inconsistency may be there, some kind of a irrelevant data may be there, some not a proper format will not be there. So we have to convert them. So we have to clean up and we have to transform the data, guys. So that is the first thing what we have to do, guys. Don't think that immediately starting on the first class will start with the reporting, guys. Not like a programming language. In a programming language, what we will do, guys, on the first day itself, we'll start creating a program, or after at least 1 or 2 introduction classes. So why do you require a programming language? For example, when you learn the C language, what is programming language? What is C? What is C++? Okay, all these things first we'll study them. History and all these things we'll study. And after that, we'll start writing the program. But in our reporting concept, guys, directly we are not going to start with the reporting concept directly. We don't start with designing of reports in the first class itself. It takes some time, guys. Okay, first we have to clean up the data. There is a lot of built-in transformations are there. There are going to be so many customized transformations. So many things are there, guys. Later I'll show you which is going to be so many built-in transformations. And there is going to be some kind of an customize. You can also customize by yourself. So many which is going to be built-in and customized methods will be there. Using this, we can transform the data, guys. We'll see how to do all the transformations. We do that. Then, guys, after importing the data, guys, immediately again, after transforming the data also, immediately we don't start designing the reports, guys. Okay, so normally what is the difference between Excel reporting and the which is going to be this Power BI reporting? The main difference comes is nothing but we have to do something called as a data modeling. What we have to do, guys, we have to do something called as then data modeling, which is a very important task as part of your any not only here, guys, in any data visualization software or any data visualization project, data modeling is going to be one of the main important aspect, guys. That is what simply will say that it is going to be data modeling what we are going to talk about that. So what is going to be this particular data modeling, guys? Data modeling is going to be nothing but I cannot make you understand now itself, but in coming classes we'll understand what is meaning of data modeling. Sometimes we require, guys, some additional functionalities are required. Don't think that every data that is going to be required is available readily in our tables. It will not be available, guys. We have to do some kind of an which is going to be a different changes we have to do, guys. We have to make a different changes, and apart from that we also require some kind of an the other things also, a lot of things are going to be required, guys. That is what practically we have to understand them. Yeah, just give me a second, guys. Just give me a second, I'll be back. Yeah, guys. Sorry, just I got some call. Okay. So let's continue, guys. So what is meaning of data modeling, guys? Data modeling means nothing but what we can say is there is going to be some kind of a modeling is going to be required. So according to our report requirement, see, your database, your backend database is going to be contains lot of which is going to be data structures. To simplify that particular data structures, we are going to do something called as a data modeling. What we are going to do, guys. This data model is nothing but what we call it as a semantic model in our Power BI. This is what we call it as a semantic model. In a just an easy way to make you understand, let me tell you one small application. For example, I have some Excel sheet was there. Just an example, there is an Excel sheet was there, for example. And I have some kind of a database system is there. I have an Excel sheet and I'm having a database system is going to be available here now. Now, what is my requirement here is I want to generate some kind of a report using this particular Excel and this particular database, both of them. So both of them I want to use, which is going to be basically I want to create some kind of a report I want to create by combining these two particular data sources. But one source is on Excel and one source is going to be on the database. Both are two different data sources. So how do you do that? So what shall I do is in Power BI, what I'm going to do is in Power BI, we are going to import the data. First of all, we'll import the data into the Power BI. See, we'll import this data into Excel. We'll go from import, we'll import the data. From database also, we'll import the data. And after importing the data, what we are going to do is combining both these particular data frames or data sets, I will create a new data set. I'll create it. That means what I'm doing now, I'm just combining both these particular data sources and I'm making one single data source I'm going to be creating there. Now the report developers, what they will do is they will create the reports from this particular new data set. It appears like we are generating the report only by using a single data source, but actually internally the data is going to be coming from the two different data sources. That means to the end user, we are going to isolate this particular isolate these complexities. So whenever they want to extract the data from two different tables, they will find some difficulties. So what I'm doing now, I'm combining just to make that particular reporting easy. We are going to create some kind of a modeling. What we are going to do that is what we call it as a concept called as a data modeling, which we call it as semantic model in our Power BI. So creating a semantic model in Power BI is nothing but what we call it as data modeling there. That is what practically we have to do that. So first import the data. Then I said that transform the data, do some data modeling according to the report needs and all these things. And then we have to create the report. So these are the first two steps we have to do it in the real application, guys. Then the third step is going to be nothing but it is nothing but what we call it as create, and which is going to be nothing but what we have to call it as save the reports. Or we can say that it is going to be create the visuals and which is going to be save the visual. So according to our business requirements and all these things, these are all technical aspects, guys. These are all going to be depends on the something called as n, which is going to be the data modeling and all these things. It is going to be depends on that. These are all going to be technical aspects. So business perspective, they don't place any important role. So how the visuals are going to be created? Obviously, we know that based on some kind of a business requirements and all these things, we have to create and which is going to be save the visuals. So there we are going to, what we are going to do is we'll create the reports by using different types of visual types. Like we have something called as an bar charts. We have something called as a line charts, or we are having something called as an scatter plots. Different type of charts will be there. Yes, different types of visuals. We have something called as an pie charts or whatever we can have. So many things, tables, matrix. These are all going to be some of the different options, whatever you want as part of that particular implementation, we have to do them. That is what simply will say that creating and what we have to go for, what we call it as save the reports and etc etc. So many visuals are there, guys. We'll see so many visuals what we are going to see that. Next, the last step is going to be nothing but what we have to call it as deploy or what we call it as publish the reports. So I'll tell you which is going to be publish the reports. So once the reports are designed, how we are going to share these reports to the end users completely with the help of what we can call it as deploy or which is what we call it as publish. So whatever the reports that we have designed or created with the help of that particular some tool, that we have to publish them, that we have to deploy them. So deploying is nothing but where we are going to publish the reports, from where we are going to deliver the reports to the end users. So from there only they deliver the reports. So directly, for example, client, just an example, there is a client is there. So how the client, I have a, which is going to be a Power BI developer. So how he is going to design the reports? He is going to first design the reports first of all. Directly the developer does not directly give the reports to the client. In between them, there is some platform is there. That is, I'll tell you later, this is what we call it as a Power BI service, what we are going to call it as. So developer is going to deploy or publish the reports to the Power BI service. And from the Power BI service, the clients can access them. How the clients will access, I'll tell you. There are different options are there. Directly, we can send it as an email attachments. We can, every day what we can do is, every day at morning 6 a.m. what we can do is, at a required schedule, we can send the reports directly to the client emails. Or clients directly can access from their mobiles. From their mobiles directly they can access the reports. So for that, we have to install a tool called as Power BI Mobile. In your mobile, I have to download them. I'll show you guys how the clients will access through the Power BI Mobile. Will all of you will install Power BI Mobile in your mobiles, and then we are going to access them. I'll tell you how to access them. So this is all about how we have to work with this particular application. So 4 stages are there, guys. First, we have to import the data, and we have to, which is going to be transform the data as you require. That do some kind of a data modeling and all these things we are going to do. Data modeling is nothing but to make the which is going to be reporting more effective. Mainly we are going to do some kind of a reusable calculation. Some kind of an calculations will not be available. So they can be some kind of a reusable calculations can be gets done. A reusable which is going to be the measures and calculations. Lot of things we are going to do here now. Why? Because for reporting we require all that particular additional calculations are required. So we do all these things as part of the data modeling, which is what we call it as semantic model. So depending on your semantic model only, your reports are going to be created. Directly, reports won't create directly from your data here, guys. First, we have to import the data, and after importing the data, you transform it and create some data models will be created. Some data models and all these things will be created. From this data model only, we are going to design our reports, and all these things will create them. And after designing or creating the report, save them, and simply we publish to the Power BI service. From there, the reports are going to be delivered to the particular users. That is what the basically this particular 4 stages what we have to do, guys. So in real-time applications, guys, in real-time application, this is going to be what we can say that is, which is going to be real-time. These are going to be the stages, guys. These are going to be the stages what we are going to do that. What are the stages here, guys? The stages are going to be nothing but what we can see. It is going to be nothing but first we have to get the data, transform it as you require. And after that, we have to do the data modeling. And after that, what you do is, which is going to be after that, create your reports. And after that, we have to publish the reports. But in our training program, guys, in our training program, what we are going to do, guys, these two particular steps are going to be interchanges. These two steps are going to be interchanges, guys, because if you want to do the data modeling, why you are doing the data modeling? First of all, to make our visuals more effective. So without knowing what is visualization, you cannot understand why you are doing a data modeling. In real time, you have an idea. Okay, I want to do this reporting. I want to design the report like this. So according to the report like this, what are the calculations are required? Is there any existing calculations are required or anything have to compute there? So according to that, we are going to do the data modeling in the real time. But here in our training program, after doing this particular transforming the data and importing the data, you don't know what is meaning of reporting. Without knowing what is a reporting, how can you create, how can you define? Even if I teach you also, the main question comes is why you are doing this data modeling. First of all, if I do the data modeling, first of all, why you are doing the data modeling? First of all, you can't understand the concept. That's the reason. First, what I will do is, first we'll create the reports and save the visuals. And after that, we'll go to the data modeling. By the time you are doing the data modeling, being you're already aware about how to create and save the reports, we already know how to create a reports, you will understand, okay, in this style of reporting, if you require, you cannot do these particular calculations. That's the reason. Why do you require some kind of a data modeling? So there only, guys, in data modeling only, we are going to use something called as a DAX concept. We are going to use it. That is mainly the powerful. That is going to be the main powerfulness of the, which is going to be the Power BI desktop, the Power BI concept, which is nothing but what we call it as DAX, guys. DAX is going to be the main important concept in the, which is going to be so called as data modeling concept there. Okay, so first thing is, first we have to, because directly we cannot learn the DAX. So unless and until you don't know the reporting concept, we cannot learn for the DAX concept. So in our training program, it is first importing the data and cleansing and transforming the data. The second one is going to be create the reports and create the visuals. And third one is going to be nothing but do the data modeling, and then we have to publish them. But in reality, guys, it is going to be quite opposite of that. The opposite is going to be nothing but first import the data, then do the data modeling, and then we have to create the visuals, and then we have to deploy them. So these are going to be the 4 different stages. Mainly only second and third step will be changes, guys, in our training program. And that is going to be in the actual development stage. That is going to be the different will takes place. So this is, guys, how we have to work with, which is going to be so called as what we are talking about, the data visualization lifecycle. Anywhere, guys, whether it is in Power BI, whether it is anywhere, concept is going to be same, guys. Only thing is the tools are different, but concepts are going to be the same concept and same application what we have to work on it. Okay. So that is going to be all about the project lifecycle in a, which is going to be the Power BI project lifecycle, guys. Now the discussion here is what tools we have to use. What tools, guys, which tools we are going to use. I'll tell you some idea about that, and which tools we have to install now. We'll understand the concept, guys. Now observe carefully. Mainly in Power BI, if you want to work with a Power BI project, guys, mainly there are going to be 3 different tools, guys. Tools in which is going to be Power BI. What are the different tools or different softwares which we have to use in Power BI? First one is, guys, which is going to be a light shortcut, guys, which is PBI, Power BI. It's nothing but Power, which is going to be BI, Power BI Desktop. So what is the tool, guys? It is going to be a Power BI Desktop, guys. This is the main designer tool, guys. Remember, guys, it is going to be the main, which is going to be designer tool. This is the main designer tool, which we are going to call it as an Power BI Desktop. The name itself is saying that desktop. Desktop means which is going to be obviously, which is going to be compatible for, obviously we know that it is going to be for laptops and which, sorry, basically which is compatible for, which is going to be laptops and desktops, guys, right? Mainly for laptops and desktops, we are going to use, which is going to be the Power BI Desktop is going to be what we are going to use, guys. So it is a main designer tool, mainly compatible for laptops and desktops, guys. So here only the main, which is all report designing, all these things we are going to do, guys. The complete report designing, customization, everything is going to be doing here only, guys. So it is going to be designing of visuals, and which is going to be designing, and which is going to be customization, and all these things of visuals and all these things are going to be done as part of this particular the Power BI Desktop only we are going to do, guys. So the main, remember, guys, the main designing tool is going to be nothing but it's a Power BI Desktop. Okay. Once the Power BI Desktop designing is over, then what you are going to do now? Just now we discussed about that. A developer is going to design the reports with the help of Power BI Desktop. And whatever you design, everything is going to be stored as an extension of a file with an extension of .pbix file will be saved, guys. Whatever the designing, whatever we have done, customization, everything is done within the .pbix file. Now, how do you deliver this .pbix file to the end users, guys? As I said that, don't directly give the .pbix file. We have to publish this into Power BI service, guys. And from where we are going to do the publishing, guys? From that Power BI Desktop only, which is going to be publish all the whatever the design reports are there or visuals are there, publish the reports to, which is going to be Power BI service. It is what we call it as a Power BI service, guys. This is a desktop. We have to download and install. We have to install it, guys. Power BI Desktop, what we have to do, guys? We have to download and we have to install them, guys. Download them and we have to install them, guys. Download and install the Power BI Desktop directly into your machines. We have to download from the Microsoft official website. I'll tell you, guys. Second case, it is going to be what we are going to call it as the Power BI service. What we are going to call it as, guys? It is going to be a Power BI service. What we are going to call it as. So what is this Power BI service, guys? A Power BI service is no installation is required, guys. It is going to be nothing but it is going to be a cloud-based platform. You know that now, guys, it is going to be what is meaning of a cloud-based platform, guys. You need not to do any installation. Everything we can access online. It is nothing but we have to access it. No installation is required, guys. app.powerbi.com. You have to go to this website. What is the website name, guys? App. Which is going to be powerbi.com. You have to go to this website. But whenever you want to log in, we have to require some kind of an, which is going to be one service account is required. Right now, you don't have any accounts. That means simply don't give your email IDs to access them. We have to require one Power BI service account is required, guys. Account is required. So no installation is required, guys. Open app.powerbi.com. In my system, it will open. In your system, it won't open, guys. In your system, you can't open it, guys. Why? Because in your system, if you open it, it will ask you enter your email ID. But in my system, already I have logged in, right? So I'll be having something called as an app.powerbi.com is going to be there. See there, some account it is asking. I can log in, guys. I can log in them. So you have to require some login password and some kind of an authentication is also required, guys. There is going to be some Microsoft Authenticator will be there. From the Microsoft Authenticator tool, I have to authenticate it. So just give me a second. I will authenticate it. Right. So I just authenticated, I approved from my mobile. So once if my approval is done from my mobile, I can log in here, guys. So this is going to be some kind of a reports. Recently, I have created and recently what we have been imported and all these things, what we can see, guys. Just an example I'm showing you. Don't worry. These are going to be later. We are going to see all that kind of a reports and all these things. Later, we'll work on that. So some kind of a dashboards and all these things, what we can create. But in your system, guys, if you try to access it, it won't allow you to access. Why? Because in your system, what will happen here is account is required, guys. So what is this Power BI service, guys? The Power BI service is nothing but a cloud-based platform where all these particular reports are going to be published here now. From here only, guys, complete management means who can access the reports, who cannot access the reports, to whom the reports has to send, to whom the report should not be sent, which is going to be managing and delivering of reports is completely done from the Power BI service. Like, and I can say it's an management tool, guys. In our management will be there, no, guys. It is going to be some kind of a management. Who can access this report? Who cannot access the reports? What extent the user can modify? What extent the user cannot modify? To whom this report has to be sent, to whom can access the reports. All these are going to be done from the Power BI service, like a management. It is going to be nothing but your management tool, guys. Okay. Then, but compulsory, guys, Power BI service requires some kind of an service account is required. You cannot access it. Open with the help of app.powerbi.com. Third case, guys, it is going to be another tool called as an Power BI mobile. First one, you have to download it, guys. Download and install from your from Microsoft website, which I'll show you. The second one is nothing but the Power BI service, guys, which you cannot access them. You cannot directly, you cannot install them. You have to access only with the help of the app.powerbi.com. What is Power BI mobile, guys? The Power BI mobile is going to be nothing but it is for basically for mobiles and tabs. For mobile and which is going to be tab devices. As you know that, right? You have to download it from the Play Store. You have to download it from the Play Store, guys. Download from Play Store. So if we are using Apple mobiles, so from Apple Store or from which is going to be from Google, we are having the Android. It is going to be Google Play Store. We have to download and install it, guys. What is this Power BI service mobile can do, guys? So remember, guys, in Power BI service, no designing of reports will takes place. Complete designing is done only from the desktop version only. Then what is the Power BI mobile can do, guys? It is going to access the reports. It is going to access the reports from Power BI service. That means using this Power BI mobile, directly whatever the reports that has been published to the Power BI service, depending on whatever the access management and delivering, they can access the reports directly from the Power BI mobile, guys. That means whenever the client want to see the report, he need not to have any email attachment. He need not to open anything from his desktop or laptop. Directly, we can install the Power BI desktop, the Power BI mobile in your mobile system or your mobile device, and you can access it. If anybody wants, guys, you can verify, guys. Open your Power BI, open your mobile, go to your app store, whether it is an Apple App Store or Google App Store, and from there, simply what you do is, guys, check in the App Store, guys. It is going to be Power BI. guys, what it will do is it will show you from Microsoft there is something called as an Power BI will be there. You can access that particular Power BI directly. You download and install it, guys. If anybody wants, guys, directly now you can just download and install Microsoft Power BI in your mobile, guys. But again, same thing, guys. That also requires an account is required. Directly in your system, if you open it, you can't open it, guys. There also account is required. I'll tell you how to create an account later, guys. Remember, Power BI service and Power BI mobile both requires a service account. Both requires a service account, guys. Without them, you can't access them. Without them, it is not possible to access them, guys. So that is the reason you cannot access this Power BI service and Power BI mobile as of now. Later, I'll tell you guys how to create a service account and then you can access them. Till then, you can't access these reports, guys. Leave it for the time being. Okay. So finally, what you can understand here is, guys, see, just a simple way to make you understand, guys. This is your Power BI, which is going to be developer. The multiple developers will be there, guys. Again, another Power BI developer 1, Power BI developer 2, maybe a Power BI developer 3. Like that, we are having multiple developers are there. What they will do, guys, they will design the reports according to the business needs. And all of them, what they will do, guys, they will publish their particular reports to the Power BI service. So this is a common platform, guys, a Power BI service, guys. From the Power BI service, how the users can access the reports, guys, directly with the help of Power BI mobile, they can directly access the reports from that particular Power BI service. So the clients will directly access the reports directly from the, which is going to be from the Power BI service through their Power BI mobile. Or else we can also send the attachment also, guys. You can send the emails and all these things to the, what is going to be to the clients, we can send them. Some client says that we want to, please send me a report as an attachment to my email. Some people says that no, I don't require. I'm going to access it directly from my Power BI mobile. I'll access the reports. So through some Power BI mobile they can access, or through some email attachments. Email attachment means we have to send it separately. So we'll send the email attachments directly to the clients so that the clients can directly get the access to the reports, or they can directly view the reports directly from their mobile or from their desktops. Directly they can access it. That is what practically this Power BI project lifecycle takes place, guys. Okay. So anyhow, I'll tell you tomorrow. I'll teach you this tomorrow, guys. So as of now, if anybody wants, guys, directly you can just download. Just check it out, guys. Go to the Google and say download Power BI desktop, guys. So this is the official website. It's a direct official website of the Microsoft Power BI desktop, guys. Go there and directly we have an option called as a download option is there, guys. Okay, can you see there is a download option is there? The recent update was already released, guys. May update was already released, guys. Every 1 month there will be some update will be there, guys. Every 1 month. It is only update only, not any. It's going to be new version will not be released. An updated version will be released, guys. So don't worry, I'll tell you. Just you have to download it, guys. If anybody wants, guys, please download them. Power BI desktop 64-bit. Don't go for the first one, guys. It's a 32-bit. Go for the 64-bit. Just click on download. Almost all 780 MB, guys. It will take a few minutes of time, maybe hardly 3-4 minutes of time. So please download it, guys. And even if you want to do the installation, do it, guys. Otherwise, just wait for one day. Tomorrow I'll show you how to do the installation, guys. Okay. So that's it for the today's class, guys. So just for today, we'll stop it here. We'll continue in the tomorrow session, guys. Okay. Anyone, guys, any questions from your side? If you have any questions, I can just answer a few questions and we can end up the session for today, guys. Anyone, if you have any questions, guys? No questions, guys? Okay, then. That's it for the today's class then, guys. So just for today, we'll stop it here and we'll continue tomorrow at same time at same link, guys. Okay. Thanks for today. We'll meet up tomorrow, guys. Thanks all of you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.